Coming into this Game 3, there was a lot on the line. With the series tied between Vegas and Carolina in the Stanley Cup Final, the winner of Game 3 goes on to win the series 77% of the time. So if you're a numbers guy, you want this one. It's the first home game for Vegas in the Cup Finals. You got a witch levitating in the pregame show for some reason. I don't know what kind of voodoo she did to get Brady McNabb in this game, because after taking an 87-mile-per-hour heater right to the face 2 days ago, he's got the cage on and he's starting for Game 3. He was not missing this one. The fans respect the hell out of it. He gets a standing ovation. However, Vegas comes out a little bit flat in the first as Carolina had a couple of really good chances. They outshot Vegas 7-2, but this was scoreless after one. Then buckle up, because this is when the fireworks start. Not even a minute into the second, Vegas hits the stretch pass, bumps it in the middle of the Mark Stone. He's skating slower than my nunna, but it doesn't matter because he's always in the right spot. Breakaway, it squeaks through Freddie, and it is 1-0. Wait. No. Carolina says, call Gary. This is offside, apparently. They take a look, and they're right. The goal is then called back, and so Vegas gets the first goal taken away from them. 2 minutes later, they're going to create another turnover in front of the net. It's thrown into the mixer. Eichel is on the doorstep, and he puts it in. But hold on a second. Freddie's holding his head down on the ice, and Coach Rod Brindamore says, we're doing this again. You get Gary back on line one and tell him to take another look, because Barbashev is going to clip Freddie right in the noggin. He goes down. And so that's goalie interference, plain and simple. And so in the span of the first 5 minutes of the second, Vegas has 2 goals taken away from them. But they don't care. They keep coming. Special teams is a big thing in any series. But in our preview, we said that the biggest matchup would be the Vegas power play versus the Carolina penalty kill. Now, this is surgical from Jack Eichel. When you play against an aggressive diamond like Carolina, playing down low below the goal line is one way that you can make their aggressiveness pay. So watch this. Eichel drags this below the goal line, and then 2 things happen. First, he's going to move laterally back the way he came, and that's going to trigger Slavin to kick out and get aggressive. Now, the secret to Carolina's aggressive penalty kill is that they pressure the next available play really, really well. And so you see both Martinook and Stahl begin to do just that, which is the available point option. They begin to cheat up just a tiny bit. But this is Jack Eichel with the puck. The guy is a wizard. He slips it right to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, who's sitting pretty all alone, and bang, it is 1-0 on the power play. Then things start rolling even more so for Vegas. They get behind Carolina yet again. Carlson Stierreich one on the shot. He misses it, but Marner gets the loose puck, throws a no-look backhand. It hits Walker, who goes to play it and accidentally commits the best damn tip-in you'll see. Beats Freddie. Luck boy Illinois is Mitch Marner. Good to be lucky, lucky to be good. He doesn't care. That is 16 seconds after the first goal. Carolina didn't even have a chance to breathe. 4 minutes later, Vegas gets behind Carolina's D again, and who is it? It is Mitch Marner. Breakaway. No, this time he stopped. The Hurricanes get possession, and get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. It is high flip time. Take a shot every time you see any of these teams do it. You will be passed out drunk in no time. But Miller absolutely flubs this one, and McNabb intercepts, and even with that bird cage on his face, he sees Marner open up, and here we go. Attempt number 2 against his old teammate in Freddie. He's just going to outweight him like a bad date at a coffee shop. He goes forehand, backhand. Freddie starfishes on the ice to try and stop it. He doesn't. Mitch Marner, second of the night. Vegas has a 3-0 lead, and the wheels seem like they're completely falling off for Carolina. With that point, he sets the franchise record for the most points in a single postseason in Golden Knight history. The guy's only been there for 1 year, and he's not done there. Carolina trying to get anything going to Keeshan, gets an opportunity to send a clap bomb on net. No. He fans on this one. He's Dakota fanning. Vegas jumps all over that, and who takes off again? It's Mitch Marner. He's got a man on his tail, so he says, fuck it. Piss missile time for myself. I don't think I saw this guy take one clapper in Toronto for 10 years. He goes to Vegas and becomes Shea Weber, and this is a laser post and in. Marner has a hat trick and his 4th point of the night. That is the fastest hat trick in Stanley Cup final history. Marner scored 3 goals in 6 minutes and 10 seconds of game time, and once again, I'm throwing up this mock trade for Toronto. They're looking for a winger. They have the 1st overall pick. I think it could potentially work out for them. I'm just kidding, Leaf fans. Don't hate me, but you're going to love this stat. Mitch Marner in the playoffs before this year, 13 goals in 70 games. Mitch Marner in these playoffs, he's got 9 goals in 19 games. This guy is the bona fide Conn Smythe winner if Vegas wins the cup. Carolina has no answer for him at the end of the period, so they're just going to try and do anything to get him off of his game. Couple slashes, they break his stick. He's like, ref, are you seeing this? Stripes is like, what do you want me to do? You're too good. It's all Vegas at the end of 2, and they're up 4-0. Carolina, to start the third, they put in Brandon Bussi to replace Fred X. He's told to hit the showers. Meanwhile, Carolina, they get an early power play, and once again, they're still taking shots at Marner. I don't know what this guy had for a pregame meal, but he gets another breakaway shorthanded, and Carolina has seen enough. They're just going to whack him straight out there like we're not having it. Now the ref's like, we got to call that, and it is a penalty shot. Oh my. This game might run him into the Hall of Fame directly. He comes in on the penalty shot against Brandon Bussi, who's cold turkey. He goes forehand, backhand, but this time he stopped. That's okay because they're only up by 4 goals. And with the way Vegas defends, this seems all but over. But these two teams, they are so even. And in both games 1 and 2, they were both comeback wins. And in game 2, what sparked a comeback for Carolina was a great individual effort from Logan Stankoven in the stanky leg. So Carolina, when things aren't going their way, no matter what, they also play their game and they get in on the forecheck. And Seth Jarvis goes to take the body, creates a turnover, gives it to Jordan Martinook. He wraps it in to make it 4-1. All right. It just starts with 1. Still a long way back, but next shift. This starts as a broken play in the neutral zone, and there to win the race is Sebastian Aho. And look at this. Quick scan to see where his options are. Gets to the puck, and this is an all-time Italian dish. Backhand sauce from Saustralia itself. Right onto the tape of Taylor Hall for the perfect one-timer. All of a sudden, it is 4-2. What's going on here? 2 quick ones. There's still a ton of time left to make this a thing. 13 seconds later, Carolina face off. It is just simple. Win the draw, step in, throw it on net, and it's in. The Great Wall of Stahl tips it home. This guy tips everything lately. Servers love him. Just like that, it is 4-3, and everyone's arseholes in Vegas start to pucker up. And truly, you cannot script this. Shea Theodore, with 3 minutes left, airmails a puck and it goes straight out of play. That is a delay of game, which means that Carolina gets a chance to tie this up in the dying minutes. And this is going to all come down to an unbelievably clutch play by Sebastian Aho here at the line. The goalie is pulled. Vegas Killer goes to clear it. He punches it out, and look at this. He bats this down out of midair, doesn't take a high stick call either, and he keeps this puck alive. 2 seconds later, puck goes back to him. He gets direct, goes down low to Stahl, and they want to create this low 2v1, which they get, and it's just pure chaos in the crease. Bodies are flying everywhere to try and keep the puck out or put it in. No one can see a thing. All of a sudden, the Hurricanes start jumping. Is it in? What's going on here? The Vegas bench is looking at this saying it's goalie interference. It's got to be. There's 50 guys in the crease. Let's go to the sky angle here. Puck is loose. Ehlers just gets deleted into the net by Dowd. His entire body is past the goal line, but he was shoved in by a Vegas player, so it's still clean. Svechnikov, on the other hand, is in this mess, but he doesn't touch Hart. He still finds a way to find the puck and poke it in, so this is a good goal. Torts is thinking about challenging it, but after last game, when he had an unsuccessful challenge, he's like, no, I've seen enough. I'm not doing it. And so Carolina has done the improbable. 4-0. They were down, and they have come all the way back. This is only the second 4-goal comeback in Stanley Cup history. The comeback Canes, the cardiac Canes, have done it again as this goes into overtime. Next shot wins, and both teams had a chance here to put this away. Early in the OT, the Hurricanes pushed pretty hard, but Carter Hart made a few huge saves. And as this OT went on, Vegas shook their fear of a potential choke and started to make more plays, including this one, which had a chance to go 5-hole, but Bussi got the reminder to close his damn legs, and so this would actually need double OT. And like I said, after choking a 4-goal lead, Vegas did seem a little shaky with the puck, but as the overtime went on, they settled down, got to their game, and this shift is what it's all about. They do their finest work below the goal line, and so they get the puck in the trenches, and it's simple. Win your battle. Mitch Marner, again, comes in for support for Howden, and the Carolina D, they play him well. They pin him up against the wall to completely take him out of the play. But his presence creates a loose puck for Howden to jump on it, and that's all he needs, that tiny little bit of space. They go low to high, and with the man coverage being a bit soft on the point men, Vegas are going to use that to go D to D. Theodore decides to take a clapper. It hits the boards, goes off of Bussy and in. Are you kidding me? The bounce of a lifetime saves Vegas, one of the biggest chokes in NHL history, and they win one of the most memorable Stanley Cup final games we have ever seen. The house always finds a way to win in Vegas, and even though that was a lucky bounce, you got to give them credit to sticking to their game, staying persistent, and finding a way to win. But that is a bitter end to this one for Carolina as they fall short from one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen in the sport of hockey. And let's just recap all this mayhem, shall we? You had 2 Vegas Golden Knight goals taken off the board by coaches' challenges. Then Mitch Marner scores a natural hat trick. It's the fastest in Stanley Cup final history. After that, Marner had a penalty shot to take a 5-0 lead. He was stopped in the third period, and then Carolina proceeded to score 3 goals in 39 seconds. Also the fastest in Stanley Cup finals history, only for Vegas to find a way to pull this off in the end. Simply unbelievable. Now, a couple things to watch heading into this game 4. Carolina simply did not have an answer for Mitch Marner, who is by far Vegas' best player and the overall best player in this series. The confidence that he's playing with right now is off the charts, but tactically, he's got Carolina in a pretzel right now too. If you get too aggressive on him, he will pull you out of coverage and find a wide open teammate for a grade A chance. Give him too much space, and he's just going to make you look silly. That is what the best players in the world do, and Mitch Marner is one of them right now. Also, shout out Brady McNabb. This guy ate a puck 2 days ago right to the schnoz, got 40 stitches. This guy's probably breathing out of his eardrum right now, and he still found a way to log in 35 minutes in an NHL game. These guys are freaks. On the Carolina side, I thought Sebastian Aho had an unbelievable game in our Game 2 breakdown. We talked about how the pressure was starting to mount on him to have a big game, and he did. He had 2 assists tonight, was all around the puck, which is a good sign moving forward. Vegas was able to stretch out Carolina quite frequently in the first half of the game to counteract their aggression and get behind their D, which is something that they're going to want to address for Game 4. Also, what do you do between the pipes? Do you play Anderson or do you start Bussy? I think they go with Fred X, but you never know with this tandem. It was an unbelievable comeback from Carolina, but they fell short, and in this next one, they need a full 60-minute effort right from the start if they want to tie this series up. So, what surprised you? Who pissed you off about these games? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I'm Anthony from Hockey Psychology. We do all the breakdowns on this channel, and if you want to see more just like this, check out any of the videos here and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single thing.